What's going on, everybody? This is BMT coming at you. I want to have a discussion with you guys, and I actually want to keep it to that of a logical level because this is something that is all that it came to me, and I pondered about it. What's going on, K Business Podcast? And I had to ask the question because I hear this sentiment a lot about women, and you hear a lot of people always talking about how bad the women are or what they do and XYZ. What's going on, Dusty brother? And I had to ask, like, so why can't y'all build or raise better women? And I always hear this talking point that, the women are this, the women are that, XYZ, blah, 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 blah. And take it from me, I'm a father that raises girls. And I had to ask the question, like, so why can't y'all do that? Why is it impossible for um like other men to raise, you know, and build good women? Like I feel like that's a fair question to ask. Um, you know what I'm saying? I think it's a fair question to ask. And I don't want to go off of the stretch of social media alone, but I have to ask the question that if the men are so progressive in building, why can't you raise or build a better woman? Y'all say these women are building, making these boys, so why can't you build girls? Why can't you raise better girls? I agree, Dusty. I agree wholeheartedly. But the work is very much well worth it. Because why wouldn't I want to raise a girl to appreciate my image, to appreciate what I do? And see, this is why I look at the talking points of a lot of these men and people that get on and talk about women. Granted, that's your choice. That's your belief. But then I'm gonna ask you, well, can you build a better prototype? Can you raise or rear a better prototype? Can you lead a better prototype? What is your design? You see, the people that you're talking about, they're building. Well, progressive in building what? Build. You can build a better woman that you want to see. Just like they progressed in building the men or the boys that they want, right? They progressed in building them. They progressed in raising them. They progressed in teaching them. Why can't you do the same? Y'all don't like the women that y'all have, so why don't y'all raise and build the women that y'all would like to see in society? It's an idea so simple. I don't know why some people ain't trying to do it. The women that I want, I'm raising and building with. Now, I can't speak for everybody because maybe y'all don't know how to. And if you don't know how to, say that. Or is it that you need another man to build it for you? You see, and that's the thing about it. If you need another man to build your woman for you, raise your woman for you, design the woman for you, then how can you complain about the product? You didn't have no hand in it. See, a lot of people like to talk about that of the stock of the woman, but you didn't make the sandwich. You didn't go to the store and put down the money for the groceries. What did you put in to have input on the women that are being produced? The reason why I don't have this much issues with them because a lot of the women see me with the women that I want to build. My program that I'm building, that I'm raising, is functional. It's conducive. Y'all can say whatever y'all want, but these hands right here are engineering the ideal women I want to see. And see, that's the difference of power. We want a better women, so build the community and raise the type of women you want to have. Well, BMT, I can't have no child. You can adopt. You can foster care. You can't say it's not true because other coalitions, other groups do it. I would have to ask the question, and hang on, let me help y'all because y'all said progressive. Let me let me put out the definition for y'all. I got y'all. Hang on, but we want to have We want to make sure that we're on one harmony. Progressive, happening or developing gradually or in stages. I'm a progressive man that I'm developing the women I want. I'm building the stages of the type of women I want to see. I'm moving step by step. I'm the type of person I'm advocating, right, for the type of women that I deem are beneficial for society. I'm implementing in my daughters the social reform that I would like to see going forward. They will live out how I, BMT, visualize society. My daughters understand how I feel about education, spirituality, home, taking care of the household first, sacrifice, loyalty, dignity. You see, those stages of ideas I'm implementing into my women around me, for me, brought to the world by me. That's why I'm a progressive type of man. You can be progressive and conservative. You can be. See, as you have a home, your home will evolve. You know when you're building, you start out in a babe mindset, and then that mindset begins to mature. I got to go get a job. I got to go get bills. I got to go get certain type of insurance. I got to go do certain type of utilities put in my home. I want to have this. I want to have that. See, you're conserving your home and your lifestyle, but you're progressing in stages. Why can't you do the same like government does, like other men do, like other women do? Why can't you, as a man, do the same thing? It's not hard. Other men implement their ideals in women and children every day. So what's stopping you? Oh, you need a woman to do it. Or do you need another man to do it? You see, I hear it time and time again, and this is not no shot, but I'm also understanding the goals at hand. These women, I didn't raise and build these type of women that y'all see online that act the way they do. I didn't build these type of women. The women that BMT raises and builds, those are mine. Kara, Kari, Javon. I'm going to show you my implementation of a progressive man. I believe in practicing what I preach. I believe in living by my own doctrine. Well, I have to be if I'm going to survive. You can't be stagnant. See, the ideas and stuff that y'all talk about on certain panels are stagnant. They're not forward moving. Everybody is passing you by while you stay the same. So everybody learns you, but you're not relearning and reforming your tactics. Take it like a football game. If you do the same plays, they maybe got you the championship that one year. They maybe they're good for you for the next season. But I could promise you, everybody else is going to know what to do to get over on you. So I had to start rethinking, what is it I need to do to get them on my team? Where is it that they go? What is it that they talk about? What is it that they believe in? What is it how they carry themselves? When I started understanding what I needed to do, how I needed to change and reform certain things, and see, oh, a man don't gotta do that. What are you talking about? You live in the same world as them. How are you getting them on your team? Because one of the biggest issues is the men are having a problem getting the women to want to agree with them. See, I can evolve and keep my home. I can adapt with the household. See, a lot of y'all don't understand that. I can listen to the foreign policies and maneuver my house through that. But I stay up to par with what I need to know. Oh my God, they're talking about gays. Well, let me go start talking to my kids about gays. See, rather than keep that from my children, I talk to my daughters about it. I help them understand, teach them, but I also teach them my ways. I help them understand my ways, my home. And for the fact that you can't get men that don't understand that, that's why you're not an architect. A man that can maneuver. Somebody come here. God, this is the problem when you have a soundproof room. You got a soundproof room, nobody can hear you outside. Yeah, send me the girl, come here. Where's the other girl? I only need the girls.
Sir.
You can take off your head wrap. Close the door. You can sit right there. You don't have to worry. Just sit on the cups. All right. Say hello, everyone.
Hello.
What's your name?
Kira.
Okay, make sure you speak up. Who am I?
Just Adam Johnson. No, that's BMT. You're the king, sir.
Okay. What's your in this house?
Keep the stuff good and keep it clean, sir. Stay in our places.
Stay in your places.
Make sure the kitchen is done too.
Do you honor me?
We're supposed to, sir. Yes, sir.
Why is it your job to honor me?
Because you're the man of this house. And you keep everybody safe.
Here, take that chair and move close. Just bring it up here. Sit close to me. Sit close to me. Sit in the chair. Both of y'all. Have I taught y'all about the color of y'all skin?
Yes, sir.
Calm down. Calm down. Just talk to them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Have I taught y'all about people outside of this home?
Yes, sir.
Does anybody supersede what I say?
No, sir. Yes, sir.
You have to think about it.
Sir. No, sir.
What's your thoughts about? What's your thoughts about a man?
Well, they protect the woman, and they always keep everybody safe when they're getting hurt.
And what's the job of a woman?
Our job of a woman is to honor the man of the house
Honor the man of the house.
and keeping stuff clean.
How old are y'all?
8.
Now they're 8 years old. What's the excuse? I built the woman that I want. Do I disrespect y'all?
No, sir.
Do I respect y'all?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do I not make sure y'all have clothes?
Yes, sir.
What else do I give y'all?
You give us stuff that we really don't need, and you give us a home, and you provide us with food, and you give us loving stuff. You also provide us with knowledge and stuff, and you always keep us more healthy and strong.
Why can't other men do that? Do I not talk to other women and make sure all of them understand how I am?
Yes, sir.
Do y'all not respect me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I practice what I preach. I follow what I say. Y'all know to respect me, right?
Yes, sir. In any way possible.
What comes before the home?
You, sir. And our family.
The family. The family comes first. Now I taught that to them. I'm raising the women that y'all beg and complain about. I'm building. How can you doubt me if I raised them? I built my women. I feed them. I clothe them. I protect them. Where are the men that y'all are building? Where's the men that y'all are building so much that can take on when I get older? Where's the men at? Since y'all so much the good men, where's the men at? Huh? I'm not about to give my daughters to no old men. How does your father feel about education?
You learn, sir. You want us to be smart, sir. Think outside the box and be strong.
Be smart and strong. Are you here to fight the man or work with the men?
Work with them.
Where's the men at that y'all are building? Since all these men around here in these spaces, where's the men at? I need to know what sons are y'all building? What sons are y'all building for my daughters? I'm building top of the chart daughters that y'all. Oh, there ain't no good black women. I build the same type of women that Mike V talk about, that Super Mike talk about. Hmm? I'm building. Y'all get happy of hearing a woman say something y'all might want to hear. What do I talk about when it comes to the truth?
You always, if you come to the truth, you probably won't even get it that bad. And you always.
Should you lie to a man?
No, sir.
Tell him the truth, right?
Yes, sir.
even if you don't want to hear it, right?
Yes.
Why?
Because even though if men don't want to hear the truth, you should probably still say it anyway.
I'm not raising weak women, but there sure is a lot of weak men out there. Do I have y'all out there doing any of them foolish things out there in the streets?
No, sir.
Do any of y'all friends out there do any of that bad stuff in the streets?
No, sir.
Y'all know how many girls I have under me? A lot. I have a lot of daughters. I have a lot of daughters. In my home and out my home. All my daughters know to honor me and respect me. And respect the men around. Where's those men at? Do y'all talk to a man with a job or without a job?
With a job.
Do you entertain men without a job?
No, sir.
How old are you?
8.
Does a man have to have an education?
Yes, sir.
Does he have to protect you?
Yes, sir.
Does he have to honor you?
Yes, sir.
Does he have to respect you?
Yes, sir.
Do y'all not deserve respect?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm not telling them what to say. I'm asking them a question. I would challenge the men. That's right. A lot of dudes focus on traveling to go find another product of work that another man built. Another man built. You didn't build that. I built this. I built this. There's a difference in power. I want a woman that does this. I want a woman that submits. I want a woman. Why should my daughter submit to a weak man? I don't build. Do you submit to a weak man, or do you try to work with a weak man?
We try to split. And we try to work. We try to work. He'll work.
You work with him, but you don't have to submit to a weak man. A weak man can't do for you. You be most likely having to carry him. Don't ever listen to the lies of a snake that will want you to carry them on your boat. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
You're a proud Geechee woman. You don't carry no weak man. Is your father a weak man?
No, sir. He's a strong man.
Are any of the men around us weak?
No, sir. No, sir. As far as I know, all men in my family are pretty much just as strong.
So we don't carry no weak men around us. If I, as a man, would not allow a weak man around me, why would I teach my daughters to harbor a weak man in their home? They entertain these type of shows, and I mean, that's your choice. That's your choice to entertain those type of shows. I don't listen to weak people. I wait till you get your strength up. They're already mature for the age. Raise your hand if you can cook. Raise your hand if you know how to clean. Raise your hand if you already learned how to work, make money.
Yeah, you do. Raise your hand.
Did daddy not leave y'all business and land?
He left us. He left us up. Yes. Yes.
So if you can't deal with the women that I'm building, then go build your own. I agree with you. I agree with you, sister. If y'all would like to ask my daughters questions, I will give y'all that. If y'all would like to ask them questions, I will lend y'all. I will allow. I will allow. Y'all can ask my daughters questions. What questions would y'all like to ask me?
How can you do women's work?
How can I do a woman's work? Well, I can cook and clean.
Sure.
I can fold clothes.
Sure.
I can help raise a child.
Sure.
I can't. I can't bear a child, but I can also do y'all hair a little bit. I don't know how to do y'all hair like your mother can, but I can try. I don't mind helping. I don't mind helping a woman. There's roles that both we can do in the household. Cook, clean. Do I not cook for y'all? Clean.
Yes, sir.
Did I not change y'all when y'all were messy?
Yes, sir.
Do I not clean your room?
Yes, sir.
But that's your job.
I do it by myself.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Oh. What else questions you want to ask me?
How do you give a woman a surprise? Care if that's it.
Hmm?
How do you give a woman a surprise?
Learn her. You learn her just like she learns her man.
Okay. How would you respect her? How would you respect a woman in any possible way?
I can give you respect like you give me respect.
Mhm.
We respect each other.
Okay.
We respect each other. Don't ever get with a man that sees you as a lesser or as some incompetent doorstep. That's not your purpose. You don't ever entertain no man that says you're my lesser. How you my lesser? Can you bear? I can't bear a child. I can protect you, but your strength and my strength, we vary and we differ. You have strength that I don't have, and I have strength you don't have. But that's what makes us complete as a man and a woman. You see things I will not see, and I understand things that you probably won't see. Any other questions?
Mm, how can a woman make you love somebody else that you love?
How can a woman make me
Hmm?
love somebody else?
It's above all.
That's a choice. It's a choice. People make choices. People make choices. I love y'all. You understand me? I love y'all.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Regardless of whatever happens, my job is to love y'all and raise y'all to my last dying breath.
I just love somebody.
What's up, BMT?
Hey, what's going on? Mike, if you would like to ask
Yeah.
them, you can ask them whatever question.
Well, I'll always put my question through you to them,
No, go
and
ahead. Go ahead.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
no, no, because what I do, what I like to, I mean, number one, I'm gonna commend you and you know being an example, which is leadership. Uh, the thing I would say is, I often wonder when, I mean, basically, you taught them pretty much some strong foundations. So, like, once they get into that mindset where they want to advance themselves, or meeting people, making friends or influence and stuff like that, you know, do you encourage them to bring the person around you first, or are you just going to, or they should just have the knowledge to trust into their own decisions, and that kind of thing?
So when it comes to y'all friends, right?
Hmm?
Do y'all keep them away from me, or do y'all bring them around me?
We always want to bring it around you. So.
Like, like, why do y'all bring y'all friends around me?
Because so that way you know what, so you know what they're doing to us. So that so that way, so because for example, when they're doing something a little that's weird, you know what they were doing, so you can stop them.
So you understand that I see things that y'all won't see.
But we want you to meet our friends, so
Men,
that way you
boys
know
and girls, right?
boys and girls.
And do y'all tell me everything that y'all talk about?
Yes, sir.
Do y'all keep secret from me?
No, sir.
Y'all tell me everything, right?
Yes, sir.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah. That's family. Like what you said, family over what you said,
Everything.
family over yeah, everything.
I
And
yeah.
hmm
It should be like that because your home. You and I both understand as men in the home that different policies and agendas will come around our children, around the women that we are around and rear. And it behooves them. This is why I don't understand, do men talk to the women around them and have conversations? So what y'all do today? What happened today? What you saw at
right.
school? What you saw at work? And that's for them to pour into you
hmm
everything that they heard. Because the women are listening. They listen to all kind of stuff. So they're gonna tell me everything. As you see, they purposely bring their friends or people, any type of interest around me. No ifs, no ands, or buts. Hey, why don't you come inside? You know why? But they know their father's inside the house. And they will sit
Let
and
me
they.
ask you this.
Mhm.
Let me ask you this. So when something happens that you know your dad might not like, do you feel comfortable? How do you show him that? How do you tell him that?
Go ahead.
How would you tell him that if
If something you see or whatever happens that's around maybe your friends or anything that you see that you think your dad should know, but maybe you kind of know he might not like it. Do you feel you should feel comfortable with saying that to your dad?
you should, because if something's like weird happening around you and your friends, you should definitely get an adult. Because
Right, John.
because because if your parents do not know what's going on and or they left to get something and while your parents are not looking, and if they're trying to do something weird, you should probably get an adult. Even if they're doing something important, it doesn't matter about the work what they're doing. It's about you and your safety. And
Mm.
that matter. You actually should get an adult.
And I'm not looking at them. I'm not
Yeah, you're
going.
doing a good job, man.
But that's the thing about it. Where it's something. This is why I say, are y'all raising? And this is why I showed when I said about fathers need to learn how to be. It's okay to be progressive. You can be a conservative or conserving your values, but you got to have a progressive mind state of how you maneuver in society. This is why I say happening or developing gradually in stages. When y'all get a home, it's going to gradually develop. Mike will tell you this. The home doesn't stay the same. Not in
Right.
today's modern time. Like you're going to have changes from what you thought this week to what you learn next year. They're going to be different. Bills are going to change. Certain things in your house are going to change. The household is always having changes.
Yeah, that's one of the main things why I really encourage most of most of us to get out of that political Washington kind of mindset. I know, of course, we're gonna have those talks every now and then,
Mhm.
but it's too many of us get so into that stuff we go crazy. Real life doesn't live like that. You can't like I think Mike was talking about you came out as progressive, but progressive means something different in politics versus the definition that you have up. And the definition that you have up is real life. Politics means progressive means something totally different. So, like you said, as you're going through your household, you might have a plan, but as you're building your plan, as situations happen, you get new revelations, you get little challenges. You have to adjust yourself. You can't be like, well, you know how some people have the idea of maybe they were raised with maybe women should do this or men should do that. But when they get married, some of those ideas might be challenged a little. And then some of them go crazy and you're not acting properly, and they destroy their whole legacy because they don't want to make the small or tiny adjustments. They don't want to, they don't want to make adjustments. And this is a big problem.
I agree with that. That's why when you saw how she asked me about can a
Hmm.
man do the same things in the home as the woman do? Yes, I can cook. I can clean. I can help raise and rear the child and also wash and bathe and do everything else. There's certain things you can do and certain I can't do. And that's things you want to have a help mate.
Hmm.
It's not a servant. I see that's the thing
Right.
about it. I don't think you understand. You want to help mate. I'm not raising your servants.
Slave.
I'm not
Exactly.
excuse me. Right. I'm not raising your slaves. Are y'all anybody's slave?
No, sir. No, sir. Slaves. We are your daughters. You love us.
Thank you. I'm not raising slaves. I'm not raising my woman to be abused by no man. There's a reason why they speak so proudly of my father will protect me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they understand that. If a man ain't gonna protect me, that's not my man. See, this is
But
why
a lot of
go ahead. Go
go
ahead,
ahead.
brother.
No, a lot. I just want people who looking at this too. They got to understand that the wo- the women in their lives that maybe not behaving or treating them nice like they would expect to be treated is a lot of times it's because of the way they're with the energy that they're putting out. You know what I'm saying? It's the energy that they're putting out. And then even their own kids, sometimes don't. You can just look. I mean, it's natural. They're comfortable. They respect you. You know, my kids respect me. I have fun with my kids. We go places. It's like there's a certain energy that you put out that you receive back. And if you want to change the way the energy is coming back at you, you can't change other people except that you change the way you put, the energy that you put out. If you're putting out respect, you're putting out honor, you're solving problems. You're not just complaining and screaming about problems. You literally actually you want people around you that want peace. You don't want people around you that want to some people find it entertaining to um, keep up this type of pointless conflicts and stuff. They get they get they have fun like that. Don't have those people around you too much because you're gonna have too much chaos. So yeah.
I think that's one of and that's why I said and I asked them, I asked a lot of y'all, why don't y'all raise and build the women that y'all want in society? We hear a lot. Do y'all think any other group or ethnicity of women is better than y'all?
No, no, sir. Because all women are made the same.
But see, you
Mm,
got this notion on social media, this class of women is better than the black woman. This group of women is better than that woman. This group of women,
Crazy.
they're way better. My daughters don't think that. They don't think that with their friends. They don't think that with their peers, with the women in their lives, the women and daughters and girls that come in their lives. That's their sentiment. No other woman is better than me. Listen, I'm a woman just like they are. I will become one. This notion that you hear on here, that's not what you and I teach our women.
Right.
That's why
And
that's why
that's the whole reason why I even do really the YouTube thing or the social media thing. Literally, this is it right here. What you this subject here is what really got me. I don't do it for views, clicks. I don't care. That's why I remember way back you was like, you're gonna have a hard time growing your channel doing positive stuff. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care about those numbers because when people get into these little nests or these little swarms of like negative, just crazy stuff that they talk, you got to have somebody in there that's willing to just go ahead and be like, you know what, this is the reality, just so y'all know, and let them laugh and do what they want to do. But in real life, this is how it really works. Y'all could just pretend and be in the matrix all y'all want to for a while, but that's not how the real reality is.
mm-hmm. Child House Dragon. No, all the men have to do is build and provide and protect the minimum. And I mean that's an aspect of us, but we also have to
Right.
raise. It's not
Teach.
enough. Yeah, it's not enough. Like how the old daddies of old used to just come in and just, well, I paid the bills, leave it all up to the woman. That's not
Mm-mm.
your only job. Also our job is to, you know, um, to also raise, to build them up. Sometimes your daughters need, or the women around y'all need to hear that positive reinforcement. They do need y'all. The most powerful voice that they're going to hear is the men closest to them. Build them up versus outside influences. The women that y'all look at that are doing all this nonsense, majority of them are influenced by outside influences. But if they have a good man like Mike in their corner building them up, like Brother Doug, like Castle, Dusty Brother, they're gonna be like, why do I need to listen to you? I got a good man that's building me up. Does any other man's voice supersede what I tell you?
Well said. Well said.
What if he said I'll give you money?
That's bad for you, sir. Because then he'll just trick you.
Mm.
What if he said I love you?
Just because someone says they love you does not mean they actually love you. They'll still go to another woman.
Does any voice, any voice supersede that of my voice?
No, no one else's voice matters but yours.
There is nothing any man, I don't care about that game y'all think y'all talk, or NSC. This is why a lot of men, yes, I agree, Castle. We provide the environment. See, I agree with that. This is why a lot of y'all men need to understand. When a woman gets around or women get around the right men, there's no games you can run on them. You play a game with them, they're gonna say, okay, let me take that same game you playing. I'm gonna take back to the men in my tribe. Wait, no,
Right.
baby, no, no. Since you playing the game, I'm gonna take the game to them. Let me tell them what you told me. See,
Mm.
men get afraid when whatever they're saying or doing or presenting has to go before that tribe of Mike or BMT. Because guess what? That's my job as a protector to vet
Right.
that. Hey, I'm not feeling that.
Right.
And if I say I'm not feeling that or I don't like that person, what does that mean for y'all?
That means you will do something that you're supposed to do.
Are y'all supposed to keep talking to them?
No, sir. It's either you just quickly walk or just run away from them. But those are strangers you don't talk to.
What? And I've done that to people. I have done that. Once my kids tell me something, those same people will still try to talk to them.
Mm-mm.
Same with any women that rocks with me. If I say I don't like them, you can say, hey, girls. They won't say nothing to you. You don't exist anymore because I shutted them out. I said, no, that's not for us. Whatever you bring back, man, a woman that comes around our tribe, if the tribe don't accept them, they out. You don't hear them being loud. You don't hear them screaming. Y'all, as much as y'all have seen me do panels, y'all have never heard my kids, have y'all? You know what I mean? I have a house of order. I've never heard Mike's kids in the background unless he's actually speaking to them. So I give you your flowers, Mike, for what you're building.
Oh no, I mean, but the thing is, it's not really as rare as it is online, and that's the problem with online. Like you pointed out this many times. He says it's so many families out here. They're just not online. They're building their family, and but we have the dysfunctional section, which is cool. I think it's a good opportunity. It's a double-edged sword.
Right.
It's a dysfunctional section. They come out there, they express their problems because they don't have nobody else to talk to. But at the same time, people need to go in there and show them, like, look, there is another way. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, like many of the women, I would say, I would just estimate probably, and just this is just off the top, just based on my experience, probably 60, 70% of the early male problems that I've seen with the women in my life and family and the ones that I've talked to and worked with over the years, most of it is because they connected to somebody before they brought them around their family. And then when their family told them, hey, here's a problem, they were already emotionally connected to them, so they wanted to ignore their family. And then later on, they find out, oh, I see what y'all was saying. You bring them around your tribe first. Trust your family, your father, your mother. Those are the people who proven they loved you. They fed you for years, paid your way, bought your clothes. These new people that come in, yeah, they might be nice, but they might be nice. They might not be. Bring them around your family. You know,
You
if
understand
they're scared to come around your family, then
you understand that what they're saying? What Mr. Mike is saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do y'all understand what he told y'all to do?
Yes, sir.
yeah, that's what I teach my kids. I'm like, hey,
Thank you.
especially mine's a little bit, it's 10 years older than yours actually. They're
These are
about you
keep
know,
that.
they're about like 16. Well, my youngest is like 13 and 15.
But
So
you're
I'm
built.
like, so my boy is 15.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I'll be like, and the thing is with him too, with the girls. Well, hey, your mama need to look at them.
Mhm. You're not negotiating. You're not negotiating because y'all gotta understand, man. Maybe me and Mike, we need to have a conversation about. Always talk about the community. The first community is the home.
Right.
Your first community is your home, and if that's intact, y'all can maneuver through the community. Other people will watch and want to be around that type of community. They're gonna be like, "Hey, bro, like, I'm probably gonna go over to Mike's house."
Hmm.
There's a difference of when you have an intact micro community. But when I speak like that or Mike speak like that, sometimes y'all think, they talking about that pro level. No, we're talking on that family level as men.
Yeah. And
So
that, like I said, that political talk, all that mindset, just like some of these other people, is just too much. Some of them just got that stuff burned. They can't have a conversation without speaking in that manner, in that thought process where it's this or that. Two sides. That's it. There's no, like you said, progression. There's no, variance there. It's either this side or that side. You know, you either vote or you don't, or that kind of thing. So
mhm,
that's a big problem with a lot of the people online, and I'm gonna just specify the people online because you know it's in the world too, but it's really I think it's really online.
right. Because you can listen. Me and Mike are conservative about our way of life in the home, but we also are progressive in how we have to maneuver and adapt.
Right.
So if the world is changing, as the protectors, we have to get we have to get the sight on that and say, okay, y'all, let's talk. Let me go talk to my sons. Since this is what they're talking about in the world,
Hmm.
I need to go reform my sons and how they need to deal with that situation. Same thing for my daughters. I get social medias out there. So I need to inform and reform them on things that I do not deal permissive. You never heard them scream. You never even see them move from that chair, did y'all?
Nope. They came in orderly. I was like, dang, they seem happy.
You know what I'm
They was
saying?
out there having fun.
So
Hey,
we
BMT, let me ask you this here.
go ahead, man.
So let me see. What I was about to ask you? Shit. Nah, but well, I mean, I guess you pretty much answered a lot of that. But what I was thinking about is that, you know, when we see people out in the world, they having these panels, and just like when you teach, what's the level that you bring, because I know they are very young, so I know some of the content or some of the concepts are kind of advanced. Do you bring the level based on their physical age or based upon what you deem, you know, as their maturity level?
So I first off, because we always had the mantra stay in a child's place. And some
Mm,
people try to speed mature their children. Let them be children. There's plenty of time for them to worry about certain acclamations. I only feed them as much as they can handle with knowledge. So that way, as they get older and get to the teenage stage like yours, then we'll start having the teenage more so level of how they view young men, of how they
mm,
perceive themselves when their bodies start to change. Right now, I
mm,
just need to tell them any question you have, come to us. Any doubt you have, come to us. If somebody says something that they might put into their child's mind, it's okay to touch ourselves.
mm.
Daddy, John Boy
Right.
said it's okay to touch ourselves. What?
What
Get away,
the?
get away from him.
Get away from it.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna, I'm going to, like I said, and I wanted the ladies. Y'all could have asked my daughters a question. What's going on, Shonda?
Yeah,
I wanted
would have
y'all to
been a good
talk.
one.
I wanted y'all to talk to younger people that are going to be our future, our replacements at some point. So I want them to feel and understand that of a lot of men say, well, there's no good black women. Well, what about the ones that we're working with, we're building? You know what? For me, I got to go get a submissive woman.
Mm.
Well, maybe my daughter's
Submissive.
not for you. Because
Exactly.
what I'm saying to them, they're not how they view. Now they said the man of the household. They gave out how they idea and how they view the man, but also they have to see the examples of why should we give you that position. Well, ain't y'all just some snooty pants?
Mm, exactly.
No.
And that's another tactic I told my daughters too. I taught them, a lot of times when a dude, they look at you, they say, dang, they're just looking at you over time. They're like, dang, she's valuable. Look at her. She's not crazy. She's nice. She's pretty. Dang, she's valuable. They get scared to talk to you because the rejection from a high quality woman goes more to the heart of a man than the rejection of a woman that he sees as less value. So if he sees less value in himself, he might, he might avoid that high quality woman because he's like, she gonna reject me anyway because I ain't shit. So so the thing is that that's another issue. And then sometimes people might come there because they feel like, oh, she just thinks she all that. Let me break her down. So you got to watch behavior, and women have to really understand that it's very important. Like the first relationships, you got to see your father. You got to bring. It's really important because once, even the man though, even the boy, like my brother, he got his little. I ain't gonna say little heart broke, but he got his heart broke by his first wife because he was doing good. He was doing good, but that changes people, and then you get a lot of times people don't respond well, and then they go out abusing other people all out, for the, all out in the street. So it's like you really gotta. It's a lot of work. Like you do so much work raising your kids, and then when you see them getting all older and they're real smart and they're making you proud and stuff, and then to see some low level. I ain't gonna say it. Sometimes you really scrutinize the people that they bring around. And when I say low level, I'm talking about people that not don't have much going on, don't really even meet or even aspire to meet, you know, because sometimes when they're young, they may not have much money. You're not looking at that, but you're looking at the character. You're looking at what they're aspiring, what do they have? Like
Preach.
some of what they have right now. You know what I'm
Preach.
saying?
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Y'all
like,
should,
dude, you really take you're really hypersensitive about what the other side what's coming into your house or what they bringing or what they talking to.
y'all sisters can come up and talk with us also. Ain't gonna be here too long. And
Yeah,
I I thank you for that. I thank you for that. Like, and like I said, Mike, we're gonna have a 2022 of how men of the home should maneuver. And
right.
y'all gotta understand, man, like we have to be aware and have our ear. That's why I learned how to see. I can be quiet and just listen. I learned how to do that. Some of y'all need to learn how to. That's one of the things about being a man in the home. You listen
Hmm.
to everything that's going on around you. Trust and believe. They're going. If you ain't attuned to what's going on in your home, I don't know what to tell you. You're not really proficient at running your home.
You know what? You just said something right there because that's what I do. I just let people talk. I don't. And anytime there's something that I hear that I don't like, I never react right away. I just let it keep going. I just I want everybody comfortable to just speak, and then later on, I'll pick out the little spots that I feel like
Hmm.
because a lot of guys think just because I'm the man and my authority in the house and I told you how it is, I lays down the law, and then they think like, okay, that I told them what should happen, they did it, and that's it, that's over. Like, you really believe that's actually it? Because if you don't find out what's motivating that errant behavior, you're gonna find out years later that it was going on.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? That's a key of what you said. Just learning to sit there and just listen and chill. Don't go crazy just because, oh, you know, some weird, you know, just right away you can't react, because then people start hiding things from you, because you overreact to it, and they scared of what, because the men, we do have a lot of power in our voice. I learned that when my children were real young. No matter how nice I spoke to them, I would
Mhm.
say something. If they did something bad, maybe they didn't do their homework correctly, and I'm just trying to show them how to do their homework, they crying just because I'm trying to show them. So I'm saying, okay, I have to be careful with even the way that I talk. So, hey, hey, Brandy.
Hey, Brandy.
Hey, hey. Hello, how you guys doing?
Doing
Good.
good.
You know what, BMT, I just want to say I just think what you're doing with your children is just honorable. I
Thank
think
you.
that I think that all girls and boys, they you need your fathers. You really do. I when I was growing up, it was I would get so angry because when I was like 15, when I could start receiving company at 16, and the boy would have to be at my house at a certain time, and they would have to leave at a certain time, and then we had to sit on the couch in the living room, and I would get so angry. It's like, dag, my parents, they so strict, they won't let me do anything. But I appreciate all of the teachings that they gave me, and the guidance that my father used to tell me when I got older and was able to go out on dates. He would always say, remember your teachings, girl. And I would be like, "Oh, Dad, please." But those are the qualities that young people need today, and they don't have that. So I think that's admirable of both of you men that are involved with your children and teaching, because that's how we learn. How do you know what kind of man to pick if you don't have an example, if you don't have that guidance? And so, you know and for this whole submitting thing, listen,
Mm,
this is my belief. I never submitted to anybody but my husband. I don't think that women should submit to a boyfriend. I think you can cooperate, but unless that man put a ring on it, make you his wife. When you submit to a man, that's a big thing. You are trusting this man to be the leader of your home, to make sound judgment calls, to be
mhm.
consistent and have common sense, and to protect. So, you don't submit easily. It's levels to that. That has to be proven. And so, they talk a
Right.
lot about that on YouTube. Submit, submit, submit. You
Mm,
don't submit to a fool.
exactly.
Just because you're a man, I'm gonna submit just because you're a man and you take me out. No, that's not how that goes. But so
Exactly. That's
yeah,
what people need to understand, because what you just said right there, it has to be understood, because the man has to earn his way. And I noticed with my nieces over in when I look, because my sister, she got a lot of girls. My sister got a lot of girls.
But
and and I said, God must have wanted you to be the producing part, because all these dang girls, and my little nieces, they pretty. So of course they
hmm
had, and they running together. So of course they got guys and stuff coming through. And but my sister is real, real, real hardcore. She's very abrasive. She ain't no joke. She's like a Michi X. I'll say it that way. If you know who Michi X is, that's how
yeah.
she'll talk. Yeah. So she cuss a lot. She just how my sister is. So they're scared to bring the boys around. I'm like, hey, that's your mama, that's your family. If this man can't survive your mama, then he ain't ready. He can't survive the hardship. You can't be protecting the man. He's supposed to be protecting you. How you
hmm
gonna know if yeah, how you gonna know if he's valuable? How you gonna know if he's real? If
Right.
he can't handle
free.
your family, your actual family. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to deal with the truth. So
Yep, you have to. So,
yeah, they gotta
but
earn that.
yeah, but I just I admire you too. For doing uh, being that father, being the man that we need in the community for our babies. You know, so they won't be on YouTube talking about black men ain't this and black men ain't that, and they bitter and angry. You know, so
Well, some of them gonna still do that anyway, but the only thing is we gotta put some of it out because some of it's gonna be years because it's the problem I think is just so large, and
yeah.
the people who hurt people have a louder voice, you
Mhm.
know. Yeah, so they
Yeah,
got
we've
more
all been
energy.
hurt.
Yeah, they got more
Yeah.
energy to
Mhm.
put that
Yeah.
out there, so it's gonna look it's gonna look bad for a while. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All
Yeah,
right,
so that's how I
guys.
look
Y'all
at it.
continue. I'm enjoying the show, BMT.
I want you to understand this, y'all. Like, there is no such thing. You're home, like Brandy just told you, and Mike just told you. You're going to deal with outside influences and children and men. How you raise your children is totally different. And some people stay away from them, but they're like, oh no, they're churchgoers or do gooders or different stuff like that.
Mm. Did you cut off?
Mm-mm. No, I just looking at something. See, okay, there you
Okay.
go. You know,
Yeah.
I don't
Shoot.
think there's anything else I need to say. I would
Yeah.
definitely, Brandy, any questions you want to ask the girls? I don't think so.
How
But
she
Mike,
came. I think she went off. All right,
what's
man. Yeah, this is a nice little tight show. I'm gonna
mm,
spread it around. I'm gonna share it and everything. You get on Black Junction or Black enough
yeah,
too.
I actually found it, and actually, I'm looking at investing into that.
Okay, that's cool. Heck yeah. Yeah, that did a Twitter Spaces. You be doing that. You've been combing through them too.
I
What?
started I started doing that. Um, like that. I started combing through a lot of stuff for social media. Like I said, man, don't lose faith in our message, Mike. Like we're
Oh
doing.
no, I don't. I know we have an effect. They don't. The numbers. See, that's what I'm saying. You can't go by these numbers. You can't go by the views, the little chat count sometimes, because like I said, I mean, I know there's people who even recognize me because I was over there, But the thing is, like, you know, when we get order in a place, when you get calm voices and level-headed voices in a space, like even over there on Twitter and stuff, some of them they be getting ratchet as hell, boy. They be going crazy, racist, everything. So sometimes, people got to get in there and be like, nah, just kind of some of this down because when you have these areas, it makes us look just savage as a group, and that's not good. That's not a good look because that affects everybody's. That makes it easy for people to stereotype, and then it affects the kids. It affects how people approach your daughters. It affects how people approach your sons when they get a job. Right off the bat, they be like, "Oh, look at them. hmm You probably that you look just like that ratchet chick that made these type of comments." This people don't understand. This is how it affects your business deals when you're doing business. You go into Africa or something like that, and you do
Mhm.
some business, and they're looking online. They're like, "Oh, you from America, huh? You look just like those." And it affects you. You could have nothing to do with the conversation.
Right.
So that's why it's important for us to just kind of spread. We have sane people, sanity. So yeah, that's it. That's cool. Enough said.
Enough said. We want to thank you guys for coming through. Shout out to Brother Rob. Shout out to Sister Davis, Sister Brandy Davis. Shout out to my partner Mike. Shout out to everyone in the chat, Castle Dragon. Shout out to one of the greatest mods I ever have, BK from the Rockies. Shout out to the New Swirl Zone. Shout out to the amazing Shonda H. Shout out to, of course, Brandy. And shout out to the lovely Mahogany. Thank you for coming through. Everybody, thank y'all for coming. If y'all got any
Peace.
email me. If you got a question for Mike, I'll message him and let him know. But other than that, we welcome
Yep.
y'all any kind of conversation that y'all want to understand. Shout out to Brother Mike B in the building. We'll see you guys later.
All right.